Wow.
Travis, you see that video I just sent you?
I see you sent me one. I'm looking for it right now.
I sent Travis one a few minutes ago. You didn't see that, Travis? Can you hear us?
Is this the video was blooper stiff arm some little kid? Yeah. I saw it on Sports Center.
We need to have that up where people can see it. Dude, did you see that?
I think I did.
Tom, did you see that blooper about that mascot running over them kids in a football game?
Oh. Not the body bend. Oh, not touching my flag.
Dude, that joker was nasty.
Yeah, she's tough. Oh, just the body movement.
Oh, he's nasty. Yeah.
That's tough.
That was awful. Oh, it was funny, Tom. Ain't no doubt it was funny. They say that dude getting a lot of flack on social media, though. People tearing his ass up.
Who was that?
I saw on whatchamacallit the other day, one of them ESPN shows, with Mike Wilbon, and the other guy. Oh, what's the name of that show? Pardon the interruption.
Yeah.
Pardon the interruption. Tony Kornheiser went in on that dude, boy.
Which dude?
The damn blooper.
Oh, okay, I just want to make sure we're talking about the same thing.
Yeah, he went in on him bad. He was all on his ass about that. He's like, this guy, grown man out there with children, and he said, as far as I'm concerned, if it was my child, I'd be filing assault charges on that guy.
I got the video. I got another one too. Those two of them. So I got another one.
Oh, I know it's another one. Yeah, where he gets down there by the goal line and starts doing some stuff or something I saw. That man, I don't know what's wrong with that man. That man showed out. But it is funny.
He's trying to get that contract.
That's terrible. That's terrible.
Well, we ready to hit it? I know we got a lot of stuff today.
Yeah, man, let's come on.
Okay.
Play the clock. Oh, you already know what it is, man. Ooh and Jay, they coming through. Straight no chaser. Straight from the hip.
Straight from the hip, don't need no script, just need a microphone. My man Coach Boo gon' take you to the entertainment zone. They got the stats of this and that to keep this show on point. And when we done, we have some fun and rock this funky joint. So if you will, sit back and chill, give us a chance to show ya. If one of y'all would like to call, we'll talk just like we know ya. We take control, then start the roll, and then there ain't no stopping. It's time to dip straight from the hip. Hey, yo, let's get it poppin'.
Hey, welcome to Straight from the Hip. I'm your host, Coach Gerald Boone Mitchell, coming to you live from the Imperial Palace up here on Black Mania. Somebody asked me the other day, where is Black Mania? And they didn't realize, Irv, that it's a planet, way far away from the Earth. So I had to break it down to them, kind of explain everything for them, explain that's where the people from Wakanda originated from and things of that nature. Had to let them know what's going on.
I understand.
With me today, as always, my man, Mr. Irv. I shouldn't say always. You got that darn girls basketball you do. But we got Mr. Irvin Payne coming from the chocolate city of Washington, D.C. What's up, man?
Not much, man. Ready for another week.
Man, check this out. I saw some vintage old pictures of Dr. J when he played. Hey, Miss Peavy. When he played at Rucker Park.
Oh, when he was belly high with the rim.
Dude, yes. And I mean, it was amazing. I mean, you know, because I'd never seen that picture before. And he was flying high. And I was like, damn.
Yeah. I love that picture. I've seen it growing up, man. That one. And it's another one where he was on the set of oh man, I forget the movie that he was in. Jeez. The Fish Saved Philadelphia.
No. Fish to save Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh. Keep saying Philadelphia. Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
And he did one of these dunks that if it would have happened today, he would have got a 10 in the dunk contest.
Yeah. Well, I can tell you this. That's one of my favorite movies, The Fish to Save Pittsburgh. And few people know about it. But if y'all go back there and find them old cult films and whatnot, that's one of them. The Fish to Save Pittsburgh with Dr. J did his acting debut, I guess. But that's one of my favorite movies of all time. It's funny and it's entertaining. Anyway, Travis, what's going on, Travis?
No, not much. Not much. Just
I see you got that old dumbass Gamecock hat on. That's the only game I'm gonna go see at Vanderbilt this year. I think it's on it's sometime in October. No, I think it's sometime late October. Hey, Miss Hood, it's either late October or early November when it is.
November 5th.
Yeah, there you go. I told you. I done checked out and marked on my calendar because my nephew, one of my nephews, Brad's oldest son, he loves them. And him and a buddy of his asked me every year to get them tickets. And I normally get them tickets, but this year I'm going to go with them and get some sideline passes and let them be down on the sideline, see what that feels like. So, okay. So anyway, but it is that time, though. It's time for college football. We had some ugly football on, this past weekend. Yeah, I don't know if y'all got to watch some of it. Florida State played Duquesne. And I mean, just ridiculous. I mean, I don't even know why you do that. You know, some of these early guys play. Yeah, so they can get out there and get their name in the top 10 or people, Florida State got all this firepower. That's like Vanderbilt playing Hawaii.
I was about to say, Vanderbilt did the same thing.
I know. Vanderbilt playing Polk College.
But I mean, the bottom line is that, I mean, I think that might come to backfire on you. So anyway,
because the next game,
Richard said it's a beat down for dollars. That's what Richard Hood said. You about right, Richard. You about right about that. But when Miss Peavy, you outside at the Braves game. Let me tell you something. Did y'all see what that Braves mascot did to them kids?
Hold on.
Watch this right here, Miss Peavy. Miss Peavy, Richard Hood, Annette, y'all watch this right here. What this mascot did.
This got to be a week of mascots right here.
This is terrible.
Week of mascots.
You guys see it?
Yeah, we see it up. No, it ain't up here now. We can't see it on the screen though, Travis. We see it in the background, but we don't see it up on the screen.
Hold on.
Travis is gonna try and show it to us. There you go. We can see it on the screen now, Travis. Look at this right here. Look at this Brave mascot.
Oh man.
And hold on, we're gonna do a replay one more time.
That is awful. Look at this Richard Hood. Look at the Brave mascot.
Get off me. Get off me. Get off my leg. Get off my leg. That look like that Adrian Peterson run on the sideline when he threw homeboy from his face mask.
Dude, that is awful. Take it off there.
Wait. What? I got one more. Go
ahead. Oh, I seen this one too. Look at that right there.
Hey, who is underneath that? That must be his parent or something.
Dude, let me tell you what's funny now. Let me tell you, look at it.
That's so bad. That's so bad.
That is terrible. That is terrible. All right, Travis, you need to put a poll up. We need to have a poll up and know if that guy is black or white underneath there.
Well, we know who he is. That's crazy.
I want a poll up to tell me the race, the age, the gender. I want everything on who that dude is. Oh, that is hilarious. Do you think he's an athlete? Is he an athlete?
No, usually the ones that's in the mascot suits are ones who wish they were athletes.
I hear you. But I mean, he was moving pretty good now.
He took 2 steps. Unless you talk about the other one. Yeah, the other one. Yeah, that was a pipe dream.
Miss Hood said he used to play football and remembers his mama yelling, "Hit somebody."
Hey, we all had somebody on our team that was like that. Stop running around. Hit somebody.
Oh my God, that is crazy. Anyway, dude, that made my day when I saw it the other day, though, boy. I laughed about that thing 100 times before I sent it to y'all.
And he was proud too.
Oh, dude,
Yeah,
he was proud.
I hear he's taking some hits on social media, though, boy. They said they're eating his ass up on social media, and tearing up the Braves front office with it. So anyway, that thing is funny. Richard said he is over 50, non-athlete American. That's his guess on that guy. I don't know about over 50, Richard. He moved.
Yeah, I go 20 to 30, white guy.
Yeah, he's a younger dude. He's a younger dude.
He's 20 to 30, white guy. Probably played a little bit of high school ball, and that's it.
Intramurals.
Irv, what's your guess?
28 intramurals and upset because he got cut from JV.
Is he black or white, Irv?
I plead the fifth.
Oh, that is too funny. That is too funny. Tom said it's Bobby Boucher. I love my mama. That is terrible. Anyway, folks, let's get to the news of the day. Got some bad news. Tyler Goodson did not make the cut with the Green Bay Packers, and I spoke with several folks today, and I didn't get to speak to anybody in the Goodson family, but I read an article about him that said that they're hoping that he doesn't clear waivers, because if he doesn't clear waivers, then they can re-sign him for the practice squad.
They're hoping he does clear waivers.
I mean, I'm sorry, does clear waivers.
Does clear waivers, yeah.
They're hoping nobody picks him up off of waivers,
right? So
that he can come back to them as at least get on the practice squad. So that's kind of 6 in one hand, half a dozen in the other kind of thing, because we all want him to go on and be good and do well and all that. But I don't know, it just seemed like he belonged on that team. And I'll be honest with you, I'm surprised. I thought he was going to make it. I thought that they were doing everything they could for him to make it. But at the end of the day, in the beginning, I was really concerned because when I looked at their depth chart, he was like the fourth back. And, they had 3 guys that they said in front of him that any one of them could be the starter. That's the way they were going into the camp. And then when I saw, he was getting so much TV time, they're writing articles about him, everything else. I talked to his mom. His mom said they had moved him to the wide receiver room, which is a good look. Also that, they're trying to do whatever. He's playing special teams, doing all that. I'm thinking, okay, they're going to find a spot for him. So it's kind of a downer for me today to hear that he didn't make it. But again, one of our coaches said they talked to him. He said he's going to keep pushing and, trying to make it and gonna make it in there. Travis, thoughts?
Yeah, I was surprised. I really thought he was going to make it. We've talked on the show, and I've watched some Green Bay Packers stuff, read some articles the last few weeks on him, and everything I had read was that most people could see the talent. They thought he was going to make it. He was always the first backup running back that was getting playing time, so that's why I was surprised. I have a coworker who is from Green Bay, actually, and he's got a buddy who's a sports writer. And I had, over the last few weeks, I've talked to my buddy and said, hey, like, be on the lookout for Green Bay, kid named Tyler Goodson, from North Gwinnett here, and, friend of the show, and just, keep an eye out for him. And he's, been like, yeah, this kid's pretty good. He's done a little research. Well, today, my coworker, he called a buddy who does one of those Green Bay sports insiders. He does a newspaper article for one of the local Green Bay, Milwaukee newspapers, and he called him up and said, "Why did Tyler Goodson make it? What's the word in Green Bay?" And his friend said that he was hearing from scouts and insiders from within the Green Bay Packers organization that they really like him. They like how he catches the ball. They want to keep him on the practice squad, but the thing that he needs to work on and that he was having difficulty with was
pass protection.
What was picking up the blitzes. He was getting run over by larger linebackers, and he wasn't the greatest at pass protection, blitz protection,
right?
And that they wanted to use him on special teams as kind of a gunner. He was fast enough to do that, but they were a little worried if he was big enough to, kind of take that initial hit and tackle, that he wasn't the greatest tackler, and that's what they wanted to work on him with. But They did want to, that from what he's heard, and I've read it too, that they want to put him on the practice squad to develop him, and maybe next year he'll like officially, be on the 53, but they want him to get bigger.
Right. I got you. Yeah. That's like I said, that's a tough way to go. Matthew Kalut said he's better off getting claimed. He needs to get settled somewhere, and that's true. I mean, we all know that it'd be better off for him to go and sign a 2, 3, 4 year contract with somebody, making $500,000 or $1 million a year or whatever. Somebody told me the minimum nowadays that you make if you're on the practice roster is like $300,000 a year. So I mean, that ain't baloney. I mean, you don't have to eat bologna with that kind of money.
Right.
So like I said, I mean, that's not like, and not to mention, he can still get like NIL type stuff. He gets somebody to give him a car and somebody let him stay somewhere for free and all that other kind of stuff. When you're a pro football player like that, you don't know the opportunities that you get, and because people do that just because you might be somebody one day. So like I said, Irv, what are your thoughts, Irv?
Well, I literally went through the same situation 4 years ago when my cousin was with the Ravens.
Yeah,
everyone in the facility loved him. Every fan that went to the preseason saw him on the first team, second team. Him and Lamar was going crazy. This was before Lamar actually got was starting with Flacco.
Mm-hmm.
And then randomly that last day, I get a text from him and his mom saying, "Yeah, don't look for him to get signed." And I'm just thinking to myself, like, they don't have a back. The back is hurt. He basically did good with the first team, second team, and the third team. He did well with special teams. I'm not understanding what's going on.
Right.
And I was like, okay, well, practice squad is up next. And then they picked up a couple guys who actually didn't do as well as him,
mm-hmm.
and he was on the market. I mean, it's just how the NFL thinks pretty much. But, things happen, things move. Like, opportunities will come because running back is one of those positions that opportunity will come.
Yeah.
So just keep working, man, and the opportunity will be there.
Let me tell you how crazy the NFL is. Bradley Roby, they've been writing articles from him since the beginning of camp. Bradley Roby had like 6 picks during the time of camp, like in a 3-week period of time. He had like 6 picks. And they were saying, he's playing every position. He's playing slot corner. He's playing safety. He's playing regular corner. He understands the defense better than everybody. He's looking like he's rejuvenating his career. I mean, just like And his mama's like, now we're worried that they might trade his ass. Well, they did trade somebody today. The Saints did. They traded a corner, but it wasn't him. They traded that, whatever. He's got like a hyphenated last name or whatever. And but my point is that just like you just said, you think you're going to make that roster and you're all excited about making the roster and all that. And now you done played yourself out of it by being so doggone good. They want to trade you for some other assets. So it's just such a very funny world. And you don't even know. Now, I did look for the Pittsburgh Steelers. I did not see anywhere where they cut Connor Hayward, which is Cameron Hayward's little brother. And he had been starting at fullback and tight end, and you know he can just about do anything. So like I said, I think he wound up making the team, and I wouldn't expect anything less than that because you know Mike Tomlin said that long time ago he's just a big fan of their family, and so like I said, I think Connor Hayward at least did make it. So. And, you know, like I said, I don't have any doubt that Tyler is going to have an opportunity to go play somewhere. So, because he's definitely got – I know it's a lot of cats in the NFL, and I know it's definitely some out there that Tyler's way better than. So I think he'll be successful. It might take him a little bit longer, but he'll be fine. Matt said they make $15,400 a week. And multiply that times 17 weeks. And so, you know, you're up there. He making some money. So you don't have to worry about him. He's going to be all right. So anyway, with that being said.
I do actually have a question. I'm looking up Connor Hayward too. If Tyler is been released, if he gets picked up by any team, right? Any other 31 teams.
Yep.
He would automatically go on their roster. It's not practice squad, right? Like if they claim him, they claim him to be on their 53-man roster, not claim him to be on the practice squad. Is that correct?
I believe that's right. Matt used to be an attorney with the league. He can confirm that, but I think you're right, Travis.
Okay.
I think he'd be one of the 53.
Yeah.
I don't know if they can claim him to come over and be on their practice squad.
He would have to clear waivers in order to go practice squad.
Okay.
Matt said yes. We're right. He'd have to be on one of their 53.
Okay.
So
just that's what I thought. I just wanted to make sure.
Yeah. You ain't trying to claim somebody to come be on your practice roster when he could be with the team he's been with the whole time. So I mean that wouldn't make any sense for him to go do that. So anyway, some other surprises I've heard, and y'all can, Travis, you might can look this up. I was told that the Dallas Cowboys fired all of their backup quarterbacks. They cut every one of them. So the only quarterback on the team right now is Dak Prescott. And I'm like, what in the hell is Jerry Jones up to? But somebody told me that earlier when I was talking to them today, and I said I'd have to confirm that. Go ahead, Travis.
Connor Hayward is on the 53-man roster officially for the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I think it was just DiNucci, the guy that they drafted a few years ago. I don't remember the other guys getting cut.
Richard said I'm correct on Prescott.
Only Prescott remains.
Oh, Mr. Peavy said Falcons are number one, and he's out because he don't want to have no discussion. I know he's at the Braves game anyway. But Mr. Peavy,
yes,
let me go ahead and start right now, letting you know that nobody give a damn on this show about no Atlanta Falcons. I mean, he finally got rid of Matt Ryan, and you know he's just as bad, if not worse, in Indianapolis as he was in Atlanta. So, and I know good and damn well you don't think that who they get. Who's the quarterback here?
Marcus Mariota.
Marcus Mariota. Lord have mercy. I can't wait. I can't wait till y'all play somebody worth the shit. Tom, I love you to death, Tom. Tom, you know you're my brother from another mother, but I can't stand them damn Falcons. Can't do it.
Dak Prescott is the only quarterback on the Cowboys roster as of right now.
Who does that? Who does that? Irv, talk to me. Tell me what's going on in Big D.
I plead the fifth.
What do they know that we don't know? Travis, what do they know that we don't know? What they doing?
No clue.
No clue whatsoever.
All right, this is my number 2 story that I'm gonna talk about. Let me tell you.
And I don't know of like a wildcat quarterback that they have. Maybe they do. They probably got some guy that played quarterback in school or something.
No, they don't. Y'all know as well as I do. There's not that much really of a good backup quarterback market in the NFL. I mean, some of them guys, like right now, whoever they pick in Washington, D.C. to be the quarterback, Taylor Heineke is going to be the backup. And Taylor Heineke's been the backup for a while. And then he became the starter for a little while. And now he's back to being the backup and all that other kind of stuff. Taylor Heineke's always had some knocks on him that he's too short, which he is. He's only about 5'10", maybe 5'11", something like that. He can't throw the ball quite as far as most people can in the NFL, things of that nature. But he's a very reliable, fan favorite, quarterback.
Yep.
And so he'll be there. But take these 2 stories and put them together. Jimmy G re-signs with the Niners. They restructured his contract and he re-signs with them. And Dallas is in need of backup quarterback. Put them 2 together, and what do you get? Jimmy G might be going to Dallas.
I don't think you get anything.
Might be going to Dallas. But I guarantee you for the right price he will. I can tell you that right now.
He ain't going to Dallas.
For the right price, he'll go. For the right price, he'll go. Because here's the thing, guys. I mean, I'm going to say this. This is the one thing that the San Francisco 49ers have done right about the whole Jimmy G situation is re-signing him when they got to this point and not letting his ass go for free. Because they didn't want to be in a situation where they had to put him on waivers. Because now you get him on the low, wherever he goes. But instead of that, the San Francisco 49ers said no to the low, and now you're going to have to pay some money if you want JG. So I'm going to tell you that right now. They played – every mistake they made was bad until they did this right here. And I got to salute them for that. They made him restructure the contract 1 year, told him he was going to be in the backup role, all that. And I guarantee, let somebody wave some cheese out there and see if they don't give up Jimmy G in a heartbeat. Travis, what you think?
I think at the end of the day, Jimmy Garoppolo is going to be the backup. I think they're not sold on Trey Lance because he hasn't really performed the greatest in preseason, and they're not really quite sure what they have.
Mm-hmm.
And I think they're also every year there's one quarterback that typically gets injured within the first month or so, and there's a team scrambling to find a guy.
Yeah.
And Garoppolo will probably be the number one guy for that team to get. And so I think because they were able to restructure the contract, it's a combination of let's wait and see what we have in Trey Lance. And if and when a quarterback gets injured, we have the number one asset that we can then trade to get something else for. And I think that's what's going on with Garoppolo.
Irv, what you think?
I agree with Travis, man. Jimmy G is basically held hostage right now for this season. And I don't think that's a bad thing. Could you imagine if Trey Lance goes out there and stinks up the joint? After the seasons that Jimmy had that took them to the playoffs, to the NFC Championship game, Jimmy G is possibly in one of the best situations that he could be in. But then again, I don't think the Niners got a deal that was worth their while.
Agreed.
Dude,
this should be a very interesting next 7 weeks to the trade deadline, though.
there have been multiple sources that have been quoted saying that the head coach does not believe in Jimmy G. He doesn't believe he can take them to a Super Bowl. He doesn't believe that they can win a Super Bowl with him. So with that being said, I don't know why anybody thinks that he wants to keep him. If somebody would make him an offer, a decent offer, Jimmy G's ass gonna be gone. I'm just gonna tell you that right now. He'll be gone. I mean, that's the bottom line. They don't believe in it.
All it's going to take is Geno Smith to get hurt, and he's out of there.
I hear you, and maybe so. What's it going to? What about if Dak Prescott gets hurt?
Yep. Jacoby Brissett gets injured in the first month.
Dude, I'm telling you. I mean, somebody gonna make them an offer, and they did the right thing by holding on to him. Because, I mean, Jimmy G can make you a believer. I mean, he can make some of those people believer. He can't make Kyle Shanahan a believer. Because Kyle Shanahan says, I already know. And I mean, you just like Carson Wentz. Oh, he's going over there. His old head coach or his old quarterback coach is the head coach over there now. And they're going to turn things around. Well, how long that lasts? A year? I mean, get your ass out of here. I'm telling you. So I just found it interesting that the Cowboys did not keep a backup for Dak Prescott. And good well they got to get one. And I believe Jerry Jones is arrogant enough to feel like he can get Garoppolo if he wants him.
I can't see it, man.
Okay.
I can't see him going.
I can't either.
I mean, I can see it easily. I can see it.
I think they're gonna steal somebody off somebody's practice squad.
Yeah.
Matt said he's the highest paid backup quarterback in the entire league.
Yeah.
If he goes to Dallas, he'll be even a higher paid backup quarterback in the league if he goes to Dallas. But Dallas gonna have to give up something now. They have to give up something. And like I said, that's why I think San Francisco did the right thing, because they know they're gonna get something for him, and instead of just cutting him loose. So good for San Francisco. So anyway, that's how I'm seeing it. Let's see. What do you think are final words? Final thought
on the Jimmy G situation?
On the Jimmy G.
Hold tight. You'll start next year. It'll probably be with the Jets.
Okay. Travis? You said the Jets? You said the Jets? Wow.
I'm not going to say the Jets, but I think this year he's just going to end up being a backup. And if Trey Lance is anything, he'll just be the backup all year, and he'll move on to another team by beginning of next year. I don't know what team right now, but he won't be with the 49ers next year.
Okay.
You know where I could see him going? Tampa Bay.
Okay. I ain't gonna say nothing. I mean, I would hate that because I like Tampa Bay, and Tampa Bay's been one of my teams for a long time. But since
Brady's going to retire at the end of this year, Tampa Bay's going to still think they got a team. They're quarterback away, and they'll bring in Garoppolo because they're going to have to get a starting quarterback.
Let's hope not. Let's pray they don't. Anyway, my last question for the NFL is this. When it's all said and done, now that we're down to the 53, and there's going to be a couple moves maybe made, but for the most part, everybody's kind of locked in on their team.
Right.
When it's all said and done, and you're looking at it now, and Travis is so predictable. We know what Travis is going to say. We know who Travis' team is going to be. What team made the right moves, and what team? And I know, Travis, I know that the Cincinnati Bengals made all the right moves, and they changed the tint on their jerseys, and I mean, it's got goddamn everything is right in Cincinnati, and it rained candy today, rained Jolly Ranchers in Cincinnati. All that's gonna become pie in the sky. Pie in the sky, Travis. I know what he's gonna say. So that's why I'm gonna start with you, Irv, because I want to hear that shit. What team you looking at? What team you rocking with?
Come on, Irv, say Cincinnati.
No.
Irv, hold up, Irv. Irv, let me remind you. Last year.
Look,
last year.
Baltimore was
last year
fine
this
until
time.
Lamar got hurt.
Wait, is this a Super Bowl prediction or just teams we like right now?
No,
I know, but I'm just telling him last year at this time, he made a Subway Series prediction for DC.
Baltimore was good until Lamar got hurt.
It was gonna be the Ravens versus the Commanders in the Super Bowl.
You just had to bring up old stuff.
So I'm gonna let you
just wait. You got 1 week. That's next week. Okay, we're giving you predictions next week.
Let every roster finalize first. We'll talk about this.
Okay, come on.
All right.
Richard Hood said Minnesota. I'm gonna give you a little help. Richard Hood said Minnesota.
Nah. As a whole, the entire AFC West got so much better.
Yep.
Oh, ain't no doubt about that. But it might be
Carolina.
That might be to their detriment because they might be beating each other up too much.
Exactly. And it's going to be exciting for us to watch.
Bloodbath.
And I don't like what Carolina has been doing.
Yeah, they're terrible.
Carolina has been doing absolutely nothing to benefit the future of their squad.
Matt says Carolina. Matt says he likes Carolina. Matthew Kalu. And I don't know why. Matt, tell us why. You can't just write Carolina down there. I mean, they did get Baker Mayfield, and they talking about he's going to be their starting quarterback. So tell me what it is that we're not seeing when you talking about Carolina.
Because we hated Carolina. Yeah, we hated Carolina. Well, we hated Baker Mayfield and Sam Darnold at that draft. That was terrible.
Exactly.
And they had both of them on the same team.
Hey, man. Yeah.
Good luck.
So who's your team, Herb? Who's your team? Who you think is the best looking right now?
The best looking right now, you got to take the Rams down.
The Rams, staying with the Super Bowl champs. Okay.
Yeah.
Travis, go ahead, Travis. Why is Cincinnati so great, Travis? What did they do? They made their line better.
First, I do like what Cincinnati did in the offseason, bringing 3 starting offensive linemen to protect Joe Burrow. Thank you very much. And I do think that will benefit us. I also like what the Raiders did, bringing in Adams. But like you guys said, kind of all the AFC West teams got a lot better. So that'll be really difficult to kind of flush out. I don't like what Green Bay did. I know we were just getting off a good, Tyler Peterson, but losing Devontae Adams is going to be a big thing to them. I'm not sold on Sammy Watkins and Alan Lazard and some of these other guys, Romeo Doubs or Dobbs, whatever the guy's name is. Like I think Aaron Rodgers may struggle. So I'm not sold on Green Bay.
Okay. I think
so. We already know what Coach is gonna say. He don't like what Atlanta did.
Listen, if Atlanta had gotten the Aaron Donald, and I still would pick them as losers because at the end of the day, all it takes is Aaron Donald walking in Magic City one time, just one time. That's all it takes. And then he got that Atlanta bug where he got to be down there every night and every day, getting all practice, headed straight down there. So no, I'm not. You're right about that though. But no, I don't. Matt's saying Baker will help them be relevant. Talking about Carolina, and he'll overperform, and is an upgrade. Yeah, he might be an upgrade, but he ain't much of an upgrade. Number one. And as soon as times start going south, he doesn't have the character to try to turn things around. He's not the guy that's going to take you out of a 3-game slump or whatever, where you lost 3 games in a row and turn it around. I don't think he has the ability to do that. So as long as they're winning, they might have a chance. But the first time they lose, I think you're gonna see them plummet. And then in the NFL, it's hard to go undefeated, so they're gonna lose. I can tell you that right now. I think that
team goes where Christian McCaffrey goes. If he stays healthy, I think they're going to be okay. If he goes down, then
he's hardly ever healthy. He just ain't big enough. And another thing, I think that Tampa Bay's just been decimated with injuries.
Yeah.
And so, when you got like 4 of your best offensive linemen are gone, I mean, either one of them I think was traded to you guys, Travis, I believe.
Yep.
And then you got 3 more that are injured.
Yep.
I mean, how in the world does anybody think Tampa Bay is going to be in the Super Bowl this year or whatever? And you even have some doubts in Tom Brady's mind. Tom Brady was interviewed the other day, and he's talking about personal stuff he's going through right now. And, I don't know if that means he and his wife are getting divorced or whatever, but he's going through some things. And he talked about that the other day in a public interview.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think that Tampa Bay, and I like Tampa Bay, I don't think they're going to be the one. Too much for my guys, the Niners. I'm a Niners guy, and I don't trust Trey Lance yet. He hasn't shown me enough to trust him. So I don't believe in Trey Lance. Now, obviously, we got Deebo Samuels and the boys, and got a great defense. Got Kittle and all those guys, but like I said, at the end of the day, I need to see more of Trey Lance, and this preseason hasn't shown me enough of him for me to be comfortable with it. So I'm not picking my own team either. I'm going to tell you this, though. I mean, from what I have seen and what I've heard, the New Orleans Saints look pretty good. They're going to be a good football team this year. I hate to admit it, but from what I've been heard and what I've told, and of course, I got a little insider information, Jameis Winston looking pretty good. I mean, I know people find that hard to believe me saying it because I'm not a believer in Jameis.
I'm not either. I'm going to wait and see on Jameis, which means I'm going to wait and see.
It's a wait and see. It's definitely a wait and see, but I'm just going ahead and telling you if and when it does happen, you heard it here first. I'm just telling you that's what I'm hearing. And Miami, I can't get down with Miami. Everybody's talking about Miami and how good it is in Miami. That might be a destination. I don't know if you guys heard, but Lamar Jackson.
Yeah.
He's kind of his own guy. He doesn't have an agent, I believe. I think he does his own stuff. And somebody gave him a picture that they fabricated or whatever. Somebody fabricated of him in a Miami jersey. And he was talking about how good that looks on him and whatnot. And so obviously, the people in the Chocolate City they weren't happy to hear about that little mock-up somebody did of him wearing a Miami uniform. And I hope ain't nobody in Miami that damn crazy to think that you got Tua now who can't throw the ball but about 30 yards, and you're going to go Lamar Jackson who can't throw it but 20. I mean, I don't know who would be that dumb to do something like that. So, especially with Tyreek Hill on your team. I mean, that's insane. So, that's how I kind of see it anyway. Matt said in their first 5 seasons, Jameis is 3rd in total yards for all QBs. But he is 1st in interceptions for all QBs too. So be sure you just remember that, I'm sure. So and that's such is the word in the world for Jameis Winston. So anyway, Travis, with that being said, I'm gonna let you come on and talk to us about college football.
Okay. So as we all know, college football started. Technically, it started on Saturday. Not the greatest games on Saturday. I don't know if anyone watched any of them. Probably the best game was the Northwestern and Nebraska game. That wasn't terrible, but that was not the only good game worth watching.
All that's relevant is that Northwestern won. I'm tired of Frost in Nebraska.
He's going to get fired by the end of the year. Or he'll be gone.
Yeah, he's
this
done.
Year.
Yeah,
he's done.
But this week is basically week 1, right? So actually have some pretty decent matchups this for a week 1 slate. I got 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 games to talk about, and then we'll get everyone's playoff prediction. And no, South Carolina is not on the game slate. So
thank
there you
God.
go.
Thank God. There is a God.
Best game of the week. Best game of the week. Georgia, Oregon. Anyone picking Oregon to at least cover and or win this game?
Travis, let me make sure you understand how stupid you sound. When you said best game of the week, and then you said Georgia and Oregon. That's gonna be one of the worst games ever. And whoever match made that is stupid. I mean, I know that the old defensive coordinator for Georgia is now the head coach at Oregon. But first of all, he ain't been there long enough to even he's still up there freezing to death. And for you to say that that's the best game of the week, I mean, I'd rather watch Clemson and Georgia Tech.
Most high-profiled game of the week. How about that?
Okay, well, that's a lot better.
Okay,
I would take. Well, obviously, I'm taking Georgia. I mean, what's the line? 30.
I think the last I saw was like 11.
Well, it needs to be 30. Because this is my thing about Kirby Smart. Now, I don't know if people really realize this. Kirby is a dog. I mean, Kirby is the definition of a dog. And Kirby has all that grit and all that, that.
17.
18?
17.
No, it's 30. Yeah, give me 30. I'm going to take 30. Give me a 30 line. I'm telling you that right now. They're going to beat them by 30. Because that's what they should do. And I mean, that's what you do when everybody running around here saying Alabama is their year and Alabama's out recruited everybody and Alabama. That's when you go out and hang 30 on everybody you play. And you just, tell the coach every time, say, listen, man, you know how it is. You know how these things go. I got to win big in order to stay up in the rankings and all that stuff. So you got to take this ass whipping today. I'm sorry, but you got to take this ass whipping today. So I ain't no way in the hell Oregon can hang with University of Georgia, UGA. What do you think, Oregon and UGA?
I'll say this. Don't sleep on Oregon. They got some interesting pieces there. But Georgia's going to beat them by like 20.
Yeah.
Okay. I agree. Next one, we can just give me a prediction. I know you guys probably don't care too much, but I thought maybe a sleeper upset special. NC State travels to ECU. I know NC State's probably pretty good, but ECU does pull an upset every year or two. So
this might be that upset. ECU has one of the best running backs in the country.
I'm getting there, Matthew.
And ECU, I know the mother of that kid, and she used to play full tackle football for me, and she used to be the assistant athletic director for Atlanta Public Schools. So I'm telling you right now, that kid can play. Last name Mitchell, just like me, and he can play. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens there now.
Yeah, the one thing a team like NC State does not want is to have an away game at ECU the first week of the season. For some reason, ECU just shows up for that first game of the year and just puts it down and make you think that ECU going to go undefeated because they beaten top-tier teams and end up with 4 losses at the end of the year. But that first game of the season is what
they come out the box. Come on. Yeah. I agree.
South Carolina played them last year at ECU. It was the second game of the season, and we barely snuck by the win. And they can put up points. They got a difficult time stopping people, but they're going to put up 30-something points. So that's going to be a hell of a showdown. Just, that game could be 45-40.
Quick. Irv, let me tell you what I love about Travis. Travis say that we like he was on the field. Yeah, we barely got out of there. We barely, like he was involved with the game plan and everything.
He was.
I mean,
was.
he was on the plane over there and everything. I mean, just Lord, it just rolled off so smooth.
Yeah.
By the way, your running back is named Keaton Mitchell.
That's him.
He had 1,132 yards rushing last year and 9 touchdowns.
I told you. Yeah, so, he's a dog. He's a dog. They better be ready.
Okay.
But that's not my upset special for the week. I'll let you know.
Okay. I got a few more games left, and then if it's not up there, you tell me the upset special. Cincinnati at Arkansas. Anybody picking Cincinnati?
No.
They lost all their talent. It's a wrap.
Yeah, they had their time. Well, the last couple of years, I mean, Fickle's done a good job. Luke Fickle's the head coach, used to be at Ohio State. He was Bradley's defensive coordinator. I met him a couple of times. He seemed like a nice guy. But and he's done a great job at Cincinnati.
Yeah.
But I think Arkansas is going to have something this year. I've heard a lot about things that they're doing over there. I think they're going to be better in the SEC. Still in the bottom half of the SEC, but better. And I don't think they can hang with Arkansas.
Okay. If this was at Cincinnati, I would think they got a shot, but at Arkansas, I think that's going to be too difficult. Yes, Matthew, Utah at Florida. Anyone picking that upset? Florida is not ranked. Utah's in the top 10.
Utah is going to break the brakes off of Florida. I hated their recruiting class this year.
Florida has a lot of problems. They're going to have to make me a believer. I would take Utah, too, right now. I saw Utah play on TV the other day. Who's there? What's the name? The Atlanta coach, former Atlanta Falcon coach. He's the head coach there now, isn't he?
Yeah.
What's the name? His daddy used to be a coach in the NFL. Mora.
Jim Mora. Yeah.
Jim Mora is the head coach there now. And they balled out that night when I saw them play. They look good.
Okay.
Yeah, the line got Florida winning that one, but there's no way.
No, I think Utah smashes them. I don't think Florida's very good this year.
Yeah.
Notre Dame at Ohio State.
Woo! I'm going to tell you this. There'll be a lot of fat white kids on that field. I'll tell you that right now, boy. Both of them going to have some big offensive linemen on that team, boy. I'm telling you right now. You know what? I'm gonna go with Mark, the new head coach. I watched some on him on ESPN the other day. A lot of stuff I didn't know about him. He's a guy that you want to root for because he's done just about everything right, and he continues to do everything right. You know, he's a military kid, grew up on a military base. His daddy married a Korean woman, an Asian woman, whatnot. When you know in the military, had 2 boys. He's got a brother. He played, made it to the league. I didn't even know he'd ever been to the league, but he had some kind of heart condition or something. After 1 year, he had to stop playing football, pro football. And since then, he became a coach and been in some good programs and whatnot, and finally got his shot at coaching. So I'm gonna go with him. I'm going with
Marcus Freeman and Notre Dame.
Notre Dame.
Yeah, I'm going Notre Dame too.
Really?
I am.
Yeah, I'm going all Ohio State. 17-point favorite right now. That tells me somebody knows something that no one else does.
Let me put my money up.
17-point?
17-point favorite. Ohio
Who
State.
is? Notre Dame or
Ohio State is
Ohio
a
State.
17-point favorite.
I don't believe that.
Yeah, let me put my money up. I can win some money.
Yeah, I don't believe that. Not 17 especially. I think that they're giving that's kind of the bookies way of paying some homage to the old head coach to Kelly, you know, who's down there at LSU now. Because Notre Dame ain't nobody left Notre Dame when Kelly left. I mean, all them kids still up there. I mean, them kids were happy to see Marcus get that job.
Yeah,
they were. I don't believe that. I'm gonna pick Notre Dame.
Yeah, I'll go Ohio State. C.J. Stroud could be the best quarterback in the country and be a top 5 draft pick this year. So I got a feeling he'll show out game 1. FSU at LSU. Any take?
I'm gonna let Herb answer first.
Ooh. Again, them Florida schools, I did not like any one of them recruiting classes. Florida State, Florida, Miami.
Yep.
I might have to pull for LSU on this one.
I'm not gonna pull for LSU. I'm gonna pull for FSU because Robert Cooper, number 91, who's their nose guard, is a kid I've been training since he was 8 years old. And I've been talking with his daddy all week about, cause I saw the Duquesne game the other day, and we talked about how well or how not so well Robert did and those things. But I'll be pulling for LSU or FSU. But if I had to put money on it, I'd say LSU is going to win it. Number one, it's in LSU. And anytime it's in LSU, dude, that's one of the most hostile environments in football. And I had the displeasure of playing down there twice when I was at Vanderbilt. And it was everything our coaches told us it was going to be. It was a damn nightmare down there. They put that damn tiger in that cage right outside your locker room. And just like my coach said, they keep sticking him in the ass with a pitchfork about every 10 minutes or so. And then they pipe that sound into your locker room, and it rattles the cage. It rattles your lockers in that locker room. Every time Ralphie does that, it just put chills up your spine. And then had one fan. You always got that one fan. As a matter of fact, Travis, it looked like it might have been your cousin. He kind of looked like you. He's out there going, number 8, tiger bait. Number 8, tiger bait. He was just saying that joker said that shit for 3 quarters. I mean, Irv, he started in the first quarter, and he was sitting right behind our bench. And my buddy, Tony Pierce, I was number 6. Tony Pierce was number 8. And I was kind of the guy, who caught all the balls and stuff. But I guess he couldn't think of nothing to rhyme with 6. So he was just number 8, tiger bait. Number 8, tiger bait. And he said that shit for 3 quarters. I mean, straight, without stop.
Wow.
So put my money on LSU.
Yeah, I got LSU too.
Richard Hood said he's taking the criminals, not the Seminoles. He's taking the criminals.
I see that. Last one. We can do this one quick. I'm just throwing it out there because we're in Georgia. Does Georgia Tech even come within 20 points of Clemson?
I'm going to say this.
That's not.
I think they come within 20. Let me tell you why. I'm not a believer in the Clemson offense. Now, am I a believer in the Clemson defense? They're saying this might be the best defensive line Clemson has ever had.
Yeah.
I mean, even when they put like 3 guys in the first 8 picks in the NFL draft or whatever they did a few years ago,
yep,
they said this defensive line might be the best ever. And I talked to Barrett Carter, of course. He said it ain't just the defensive line. It's the front 7, of which he's one part of that because he's one of the linebackers in that group. But they say that these guys are crazy good. But I'm not sold on the offense of they still got DJ Ungalele or whatever his name is. Dude,
Ungale.
He ain't doing nothing for me. I'm gonna tell you that right now. He better Ungale his ass and then make some yards this year. I mean, I like Clemson and I like Barrett's there and everything else. I got to see some production from the offense. I mean, they just look terrible. I was actually thinking about going down there for that game, but they shooting this stuff too much down there in Atlanta right now.
It's Monday night.
Huh?
It's Monday night.
8:00. I know. I looked online for tickets and I just about bought some. They had some $84 tickets and whatnot, and I was gonna get 2 for me and the girl. And then I said, let me hold up because I need to think about this before I spend this money. Because I'll be done got around here and be like, you know what? I don't even feel like going now. And then lost my money. So anyway,
Irv?
Upset special. Telling you,
Okay.
Georgia Tech is going to slow this game down and creep up and get an upset.
I ain't mad at you. I ain't mad at you.
One of the two games I said was going to be an upset this weekend, and I think that quarterback, I don't have faith in him.
Yeah,
I'm with you.
We'll get those slow points.
I'm gonna say this, Herb. I'm gonna say this. I disagree, and I don't think you're right. But I like the fact that you at least think that way, because that's how Las Vegas stays in business. Because you always have some jackass that make a wrong bet on a hunch like you got right now, and you think you're gonna be coming out the back door with all this money, and all you do is just contribute it to the pile. That's all.
Okay, we take the bet. I'm trying to tell you. Look, it ain't gonna be no. What's the line?
Some bills.
It was like a 40-point line.
You haven't paid some of them bills in the casinos. You haven't to pay the bill for them casinos out there in Las Vegas.
Just about.
That's okay. We'll be back next Tuesday. It's the day after.
Yep.
Everybody's refreshed.
Matt Kalu said he want to bet you some money.
I understand. You want to bet the line or the game? Because they're not gonna score. They're not gonna score no points.
What's the line? Now. What's the line?
They keep changing it, but it was over 20 at one point.
No, it ain't gonna be no 20. I don't believe that either. I wouldn't bet that. Not with that quarterback.
All right, that's what I'm saying. But yeah, my other upset was West Virginia over Pittsburgh.
Now I believe this though, because they got some good running backs.
I can see that.
They got some damn good running backs. I believe in those running backs.
Yeah.
So,
sure.
All right, Travis, give me some final word. We about to get out of here. It's 9:02.
Well, I think final word. I wanted to get everyone's college football Final Four.
College football Final Four. That's easy
for
for
college
me.
Football playoffs.
That's easy for me. Go ahead, Irv. I'm gonna let Irv go first.
We all know Alabama's going.
Yep.
I think Ohio State's going.
I agree.
The last two might be a little up in the air. I think USC is going to be one.
Oh my God.
No, I'm just kidding. Utah is going to be one, and that fourth one, I was trying to figure it out. I can't. I want to say Oklahoma. You know what?
Sensible came out your mouth.
I'll say Oklahoma.
Okay, Travis.
Well, just to prove, I did write these down before. Irv, you and I actually have three of the same. I have Bama, I have Ohio State, I have Utah, and I put Georgia thinking they're probably only going to lose one game, which is the SEC championship game. And as defending national championship, they'll stick them in because they only have one loss.
Georgia losing this week.
Yeah, I saw Utah play the other night. I mean, they're a good team. They ain't nowhere near as good as y'all think they are. I'm telling you that right now. Wait till they get down here with these chocolate people that sweat all day in this heat and everything else. Dude, they're going to get their brains beat out. I'm telling you right now. It's going to be same old, same old. Same old, same old. It's going to be Alabama and Georgia. I don't even know why you knew that. You know that. I mean, it's been that way for the past decade. It's going to be Alabama and Georgia for sure. And then all you got to do is worry about them last two. And the last two, I'm going to go out on a limb and say it's going to be Notre Dame. Not Ohio State. I'm going to take Notre Dame, and I'm going to say Oklahoma.
Okay.
Three lost teams not going to make the tournament.
Huh?
Three lost teams not making it.
Who?
Three lost teams not going to make it. Notre Dame going to lose 3 games.
I don't think they're going to lose 3 games. I think including this first one.
That schedule is interesting.
I know. But I think that there's something special going on at Notre Dame. Put it like that. I think something special going on at Notre Dame. And I think you're going to see that this first game. So Matt said the line is 22. Clemson will cover. Georgia Tech can't score. We'll see.
Okay.
Well,
Okay.
Somebody said Alabama, Georgia State. He talking about Ohio State and Utah. That's what Richard picked.
that's exactly what I had too.
Yeah, Richard. I'd be worried like hell if I was you. If Travis got the same thing, I'd be worried like hell if I was you. I'd change that shit before anybody else saw it. I'd be calling Facebook trying to figure out how the hell I can change that shit on this thing I'm looking at right here. So
I'm in good
it
shape.
is. It is all the world to see. All the world to see. All right, folks, we got to get out of here. Thank y'all for all tuning in. Miss Hood, Matthew Kalute, Mr. Hood, Tom. I can't remember who else. I saw a couple other people on there throughout the night. But anyway, we got to get out of here. Good night, Miss Francis.
Straight from the hip.
Herb, I thought I taught you better than that.